Hello everyone, back at home. Welcome to Inside Tack Analysis Show with myself, Matt Cornwell, the Racing Rules Advisor for INEOS Team UK. This is where we bring you the live reaction from the sailing team every day after racing. And today I've got a couple of, what should we say, rock stars of the sport. We've got Joey Newton, two-time America's Cup winner. We've got Olympic gold medalist Giles Scott with us, the Tactician. This is the fifth one of these shows we've actually done now. We've been doing these through the America's Cup World Series too. Great if you saw those shows. But this is certainly the easiest one we're going to be able to do because we've had a fantastic day. I'm sure you've seen the results. We had two races today to kick off the PRADA Cup, and we have 2 wins under our belt. Giles, how does that feel right now?
Well, it makes a nice change, doesn't it? We've had a tough time of it of late, and certainly at the ACWS, it wasn't the easiest of regattas for us. But we've put in some hard graft, and it's nice to be able to give the team a couple of wins on day one of the round robin. Yeah,
I guess that's it. We sort of feel like we deserve this a bit, don't we? And obviously through all the hard work the team's been putting in. I mean, Joey, try and convey to people at home how hard has the team been working since that America's Cup World Series, and what does this then mean to them?
Well, the team's been working. It's been 24/7. Literally, the base has been running 24 hours a day, and the sailors, we've been putting in as much as we can on the water, but obviously we can't work at night time. But it's the engineers, the shore team that are they're the heroes of today, and they've managed to turn it around. We identified the problems that we had, came up with some solutions, and it's nice to have it on the water and have the boat going better and come back with a couple of wins.
Yeah, it's a nice way to start, isn't it? It's still a long way to go, but a great way to start. We've got some great clips from today from the action. First clip, we've got some nice pre-starts to look at. We started really well. Giles, why don't you talk us through these?
Yeah, we did. We had a couple of good pre-starts, and in honesty, it's all a bit of a blur today. I'm not sure I'm best placed to talk about these. But with the Americans, yeah, that was the critical call there. We decided to stand up, to go behind them and tack and follow. And what it set us up for was a nice position off the line, held the windward side of the Americans here, and we actually faded into them with a bit of a left shift and the wind getting lighter, and led back into good pressure, and that's where we got our lead.
And then this is race 2 against the Italians.
So the Italians, we had a really big left-hand shift. Ben made a great call here to lead back the Italians, and actually we both couldn't lay the pin end because the shift was so big. So we tacked started on port, led out to the right-hand side of the course. So yeah, that was really the critical moment there, sticking ourselves on top of them.
Great, lovely work. It seems to go really well, and it put you in very early on the race. We seem to be in really good position. So that's what it's all about, isn't it, with match racing? We've got another clip coming up here, Joey. This is about some of the manoeuvres today, which we've been struggling with sort of historically, but they look really good today. What's changed? What's different? What is it, a communication thing, or just is it the way?
Well, it's kind of the whole package. It's what our big focus has been on with the boat is reducing drag, and drag for these boats at least. When you're changing direction, doing a tack or a jibe, it's when you pay for it the most. So by reducing drag in the foils and the sail package and the hull, the aero drag that goes over the hull, it turns into big gains when you're not actually sailing. So when you're doing a manoeuvre, and along with a few little technique changes, it's really started to pay. It was previous in the World Series, this was really our Achilles heel, doing manoeuvres. We were losing sort of 20-30 metres every time, and today I think we're actually gaining, so it's quite a big turnaround.
Yeah, brilliant, fantastic, well done. And then we've got a lovely little clip that you guys will enjoy watching here. It's just sort of about our downwind boat speed. This is us against the Americans. It felt like we were quick today, but was this because of pure boat speed, or was this because of positioning? We seem to be in the right place in the course a lot too, Giles, which is a compliment to you as the tactician, obviously.
Yeah, no, we did. We were going very well downwind today, but for sure, pressure is king, especially on a race course like Course C. You have to stay under pressure, and even more so downwind. It's just huge gains through speed and depth and angle. So yeah, we played that pretty well today, but for sure downwind, the boat's pretty slippery too.
She's going as well as we've seen her go, hasn't she, Britannia? She did us proud today. We've got a few questions for people back at home. Thank you, everyone, for your questions. And as we said, we'll be doing these get-togethers after all the races throughout the whole PRADA Cup and as far as we can go into this regatta. So keep these questions coming. We'll try and answer as many as we can. Let's have a look. Have you changed the onboard communication loops? Seems so much smoother today and so calm. Have we changed stuff, how we communicate on board?
A little bit. A little bit of what you're saying is just having a competitive boat, so that we're not really getting in those positions that put a lot of pressure on you that you have to dig your way out of.
Right.
And I think what you're seeing in the World Series is, honestly, we're all frustrated. Things aren't really going well and the boat's a little slow and it makes it really difficult. Most of the guys on board, either in the Olympics or the America's Cup, have come across this sort of pressure before. They've raced at really high levels. So today, when things are going well, that's sort of what we're seeing and what you're seeing on the water, and that's how we communicate with each other. And to be honest, that's how it should be when things are going bad. But I think we just had a bad run there for a while, and we addressed that. And today is how we should be the whole time.
Yeah, easy when the frustration's not there, I guess, isn't it? But yeah, it did sound really good, the stuff I've listened to. Giles, good one for you. What is a good tactic in the pre-start warm-up? That is from HR Carriages. The last question was by JD Crouch. Thank you for that one. What is a good tactic in the pre-start warm-up from HR Carriages?
Well, every day before each race, we make sure that we get at least 2 practice runs at the pre-start and entry that we'll be having for that race, and we'll run various scenarios. We'll always have a plan A, but those plans often change because they're so dependent on what the other boat is up to. So yeah, we have a dry run on our own, kind of running and looking at the size of the box and what we think is going to work, and then we'll have a stop. Ben and I will have a good chat about what we think the other competitor is likely to do, and how we want to respond and plan to that end. And then really throughout the pre-start, it's Ben leading the charge on that, and the rest of us are kind of following suit.
Yeah.
I'm feeding information, and Joey, the trimmers and the grinders are doing their bit too.
Thank you, Giles. This will be the last question. This is from Jim Gilroy. Actually from his daughter Eleanor, who's age 9. I'll let you guys choose who answers this one, because I'm not sure you guys know, because we've not done one yet. But what is the first thing the boat crew do in the event of a capsize?
Like you say, we haven't done it yet, and we're not planning to, but these things happen. The first thing we do, we've run through it plenty of times, and we have a system in place on the water. So the first thing we do is make sure everybody's safe. So everybody on board has a comm system. We can speak through microphones that are set up next to our faces, and we've got a numbering system. We number 1 through 11.
Yep.
And that's the first thing we do to make sure everybody's on board, they're okay, and we've got no injuries. And then we take it from there.
So look after the crew first and the yacht second.
That's right. I mean, once you've capsized, the race is over.
Yeah.
So the first thing is to get the crew sorted out and then get the yacht righted and make sure there's no damage.
All right, great. Well, thank you for the questions, everyone at home. Let's have a look at tomorrow's racing. We've got one race tomorrow. We'll just get it up on the screen here for you now. But yes, and that will finish off this round, and then we have one more race on Sunday, and that completes the racing for this weekend. We're on the second race against, here we are here. See it? So just having a quick look at this. We are race 2, and we are against the American Magic tomorrow afternoon. Right, and plenty to play for tomorrow. Another race against Americans. That's the funny thing with this event, isn't it? We just keep racing the same guys over and over again pretty much, so we get another look at those guys. Different conditions. Have you heard much about the weather forecast for tomorrow?
Yeah, it is. I think it's going to be a bit of a step down from the wind today. We're expecting it to be a little bit lighter, so potentially a little bit of a trickier day, but we'll see how it goes.
And do we expect that to be better for us or worse, or how do we generally feel about the lighter breeze?
Well, in the World Series, it was a lot lighter, and we had some problems in that, to be quite honest. So that's what we've been working on.
Yeah.
I think this boat's performance has stepped up across the range, though. So it'll be a good test tomorrow if it's 8 to 10 knots to really measure ourselves against the other guys.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And we've got the scoreboard just to wrap things up. Let's have a look at this because it looks great right now. We are the only team in the PRADA Cup with any points, 2 points already. Like we said though, it's a good day, and we're going to have good days and we're going to have some bad days. So we're just going to take this one, we're going to enjoy it, and but we're going to put it behind us and learn from this day and move on to tomorrow. Giles, thanks for joining us. Joey, it's a pleasure to have you guys here.
No worries.
Thank you everyone at home who's tuned in. Thank you for all the questions, keep those coming, and thank you for the support.